YouTube, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Hamlin Piper Dynasty here on College Football 25. I appreciate your support of the channel and this series. We are on episode 55 of this episode of trying to get a D3 school from the lower ranks of college football to a perennial five-star program. We are here in year 4 in 2027, and we have a little update on our recruiting. As you can see here, there's already bad news. 4-star Marco Dora decided he wanted to take his talents to the University of Texas. He does not have a deal breaker, so we will not be able to get him. And this is one of those situations where we finished his recruitment, but he decided to choose the higher prestige school. He was super good, 96 speed. So it's kind of a bummer that we didn't get him. However, we do have a couple other receivers that we are ready to go. The good news is Grant Gadu is going to be a Piper. This is the next coming of our stud Deion Shore. He might share the field with Deion Shore next year, as Shore is a senior, but more than likely he'll be redshirted and be ready to take Deion Shore's spot the following year. One more thing, the Badgers get a bunch of points in their visit, and he is verbally committed to the Badgers. So don't think that he has a deal breaker either that I am aware of. So that's also a bummer. If I was to keep one person on the board that might have had a deal breaker, I already took him off. So I'm going to take him off, which is a bummer. All right, so I decided to just stick with the guys on the board and really just put heavy into them if they are on my board. So we should get Steve Freeman before the Week 10 Ohio State visit, which would be next week, so or 2 weeks from now. So we should be able to get him here before he gets to the horseshoe. Matt O'Leary, we've been kind of dragging our feet on him. There's 2 other schools in the mix, but we went from 10 points on him to 65. We're just going to put the hammer down. We need depth at our O-line, and if we need to cut him later, we need to cut him. That's fine. Christian Duke, Texas is coming behind, so we did go from friends and family to sending the house and maxing it out that way. Our school goals doesn't reach what his wants. It's like a C- and a B- and then a D+. So I'm really hoping that we can just get it by getting him this many hours, especially after the loss of Dora. It would be nice to get him. Tobias is kind of the same thing. We should get a commitment after this week. I can't see Boston College's visit going so well that they out recruit us. So hopefully he commits to us, not to Pitt. Eli McKinney, we went ahead and scheduled a visit for him week 9 just to get ahead of these other 2. That was before, so he should be committing to us next week regardless. Sowles, we did plan a visit on week 11 to try to undercut the Michigan one on week 12, so hopefully that works in our favor to get him to be a Piper. Sam Umana looks like we're going to lose him to Tennessee. We don't have a visit available until after his visit at Tennessee, so if we don't close out this before he goes on that visit, we probably lose him as well. Boss, we were way ahead of, but he's just not really progressing very fast. And again, same thing with him and McKinney, we just don't really fit well with what he wants. So we've been just sending the house, and that's probably why it's been so slow. Takeoff, we left the same. North Carolina's kind of creeping in, but really he's just an athlete that we might use. It says he's a scrambler and he's sixth in the position, but we'll see. And then Nathan Beach, we did try to undercut Nebraska as well, but that it might not come down to the visits. It might. All right, heading to K-State, ranked as the number 6 team in the nation. It's always tough to play them. They're super fast typically, so hopefully our defense can hold up. Offense gets to start the game today on the field here at K-State. We're going to start with Ty Hardy, and he almost busted the first one. Great start, 3-3 defense. Oh, it gives me nightmares from the other series that I'm currently doing on College Football 25. As there is a pick 6. Wow. So great start to the drive, right? And then just the corner got a speed boost. I mean, I went back and watched it on replay, and he just like speed boosted. He got a little caught up in traffic, and he just was in front of my guy. So nothing we can do about it now. So we're just gonna move by it. We're gonna continue to give it to Hardy. I thought that was gonna be a much bigger play. I was already looking at the safety, to be honest with you, to make a play. But we're here. We're fine. I really need to slow the pace down here. Identifying the mic. We're doing everything that we need to do to ensure that we stay from getting pressure. But where did that come from? Oh my God, he just absolutely destroyed our right tackle. All right, punt. Puts them in a really tough spot. Great job by the punter to get it down here. Landman fills perfectly. Makes a really good play there. Only gets a gain of 1. We're going to continue to bring pressure because they're probably going to run the ball. With them being so far in their own territory, and as I say that, they throw it. They find an open guy. It's going to be 3rd and 1 still. So we're going to bring pressure again, but we're going to bring it from a zone perspective. So they're going to give it to the fullback, and it's going to be stuffed by the D tackle Sheets, and they're going to punt it back to us.
It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock.
Got to delay a game. We're going to go to Hardy. He's going to get that plus 1 more back. Bring up a 2nd and 9. We got to remember that we cannot go towards number 8 because he's just that good. So we're going to get Hag on a drag route, and he is going to pick up the 1st down. I continue to keep saying that I need to slow down my pre-game stuff, or my pre-snap stuff, especially when I'm passing the ball, and I just don't. And it's starting to kind of irritate me. So like this, right? I need to make sure that we are protected properly. And We overthrow Bell. He was wide open. We need the help. We need to. We need to help this guy over here. Can we full slide? Okay, well, thankfully they drop him into coverage for some reason, so thank you for bailing us out. Okay, now it's not going to show me my... We're going to have to drop it down to Madden. That used to be a really big play for us. We would hit Robert a lot behind the defense, but I don't know if the game like itself has nerfed the play or the defenders are just more apt to stay deeper. But it's just not as productive as it used to be. But what is productive is handing it to Ty Hardy right now. He has 6 carries for 50 yards. So we got to continue to pound the ground here. We got PJ Takeoff. He's the Punisher as he runs over the safety coming up to try to make a tackle, and that's what he does. He is the thunder to the Hardy lightning. Hardy back in the game. He's going to pick up the first down. Get us down to the 4-yard line.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south. Get a first down. Get a new set of downs.
We're going to throw it out to Peaks. He's going to get into the end zone. 21 in for that touchdown. Pipers. All right, after a nice little get-right drive by our offense, we're going to bring pressure. It's going to go down. Landman brings the quarterback down to a landing on the floor. That was terrible. Sack for number 40. It's going to be 2nd and 19. They are now kind of backed up. So be interesting to see what they end up doing. And that is nothing because we get home yet again. I would love to bring more pressure, but I don't trust our cover guys in this point in time. They're going to hand it off. We're going to get in the backfield. Sanders with the safety. And we are starting to roll here on the road. Ty Hardy, right up the middle, he gets absolutely lit up. We might not have him for the full game, which is very disappointing because he is absolutely annihilating them right now.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
We literally just created a whole new play. And it's not going to work. We're just going to have to get rid of it. Oh, should have just stayed with the original play call, but I panicked because of number 8. If we were running that to the other side, I probably would have been okay with running it. But number 8 petrifies me, especially if he's on on press. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. It is 9-7. Tough start, a pick 6 on the second play of the game. But Ty Hardy has been an absolute animal. 9 carries for 75 yards so far. Didn't get in the end zone because we ended up going to the air for the touchdown. So 4th and 3 in this position. We're gonna go for it here. We're on the road. Maybe you could argue since we're on the road, we need to be a little bit more cautious, but they have not been able to stop Ty Hardy, and I'm very confident in him and in our run-blocking O-lineman. So that's a really good job by the offense in making sure that we take care of business. And we attack number 8, LeBeau. Number 14 gets into the end zone. The sophomore toast the superstar. Touchdown Pipers. Defense back on the field here after another touchdown drive by our offense, and they get nothing on that first play. Our defense so far today has been pretty swarming to this K-State offense. As I say that, we allow 9 yards. We're going to run the quarterback, and is he going to get it? They give it to him. That second effort by the quarterback allowed them to get the first down. Now they got a little bit of momentum. So it's our turn as the defense to take it away, and what a better way to do that than Cano, untouched, flies in there and just lays the hammer. They're going to throw it out to the flat. Deloach is going to come up, lay the hammer as well. We have been landing our hit sticks. We do have to be careful not to overuse them because they will come back to haunt us here sooner or later. They're going to run their read option. Quarterback's going to end up getting the first down. After the other first down, they are now nearing midfield. They're going to go ahead and run some type of draw play. Our defense cannot get to him, and then he breaks 2 tackles, and they get down inside the red zone. So defense is getting tested for the first time today. We just got to make sure that we take a breath and continue to be suffocating just like that. Landman with the speed, side-to-side speed for our defense is so improved compared to years 1 and 2, and obviously we have been focusing on getting that speed here at Hamline. As we do sacrifice some tackling in doing so, though, I will admit, as you saw there, 2 broken tackles to get into first and goal here for K-State. Another missed tackle, but Deloach is able to come up and wrap up there. It is pretty frustrating when we do get there and we miss tackles. Davis is one of the best safeties in the game, so it's very rare that he does miss that tackle. It's just unfortunate that with all our momentum that we had, that it was now that, that they start to drive a little bit, but just kind of the way that it goes. And we knock it out. Ellis, our other safety, who is also a superstar, knocks it out at that goal line. They're going to settle for a field goal. These close ones are tough. Just with the angles and different things of college football, it is tough, but the K-State kicker handles it well right down the middle. That is going to make it 16-10. All right, offense back here on the field. We're going to start it how we started every drive, and a big chunk with Ty Hardy. I think our goal for this drive is to take up the whole clock. Take up the whole clock, run the ball, get into the end zone to extend the lead, because we do not get the ball to start the half. So we are going to kind of go against what we were just saying. We're going to go play action. We're going to roll out. We're going to hit Mettenberger, though, on something pretty nice and easy. So it's not like we took a big shot or anything like that. We'll probably take our shot when we are winding down to the last play before the 2-minute timeout. But until then, we're going to continue to pound at the rock and make sure that they're easy throws. So. All right, here's the play. Here's the play we're going to take a shot on. It's right before the break. So we're going to hit Robert. They will go to man-to-man, and nobody is in their right minds keeping up with a 93 speed tight end. They're going to send everybody. Our right tackle is atrocious right now. With them blitzing everybody, we should have been able to. Literally right next to you. CJ peeks, makes the catch, gets down to the 15. Give it to Ty Hardy again. We're sitting okay here time-wise. We're gonna go ahead and go back to that same look that we just had. We're gonna cut right up the middle, and he's gonna get down to the 2. Now we're gonna start using our timeouts. We do have 2 more. This just so inviting to run against this. But we're going to throw it out to CJ Peaks, and Peak is going to peek into the end zone to give us an extended lead here, and we're probably going to go for 2. To get it 24-10. Ty Hardy's not going to get in. They start the second half with a little stretch play. They do get 5 yards, which for me is a little bit too much on a stretch play, but they're going to try to go deep. Davis is going to be there for the pick. Are we going to be able to get the angle? Davies doesn't really make the move, but he gets the interception. What a start to the second half. Very similar to the start to the first half, just for the different team. And we weren't able to take it to the house. Ty Hardy, he's a little banged up wear and tear wise, so he doesn't really have that breakaway speed that we are known to see him have. Step up with Jarvis there. Can we please slide? No. All right. Well, we didn't fumble, which is good. Thought for sure we were going to fumble once we weren't able to slide, but we're going to go ahead. Is CJ Peaks going to find another way to get into the end zone here today? He's not quite going to get into the end zone, but he is going to get us down to a very close proximity to it. And we're going to add to Ty Hardy's monster game on the ground by giving him a passing touchdown as well, as the freshman takes off to the end zone. Touchdown, HU. Defense back on the field here. This is kind of teetering on a blowout. So we'll see what K-State can do to keep that from happening. Landman kind of gets drug out in another zone, and they kind of run right into his zone, which is obviously not very ideal. I fall for it again. Breaks the sack and then goes ahead and gets 3 before he slides, before taking a big shot. We got the fullback this time, so I could probably fall for the play fake, but they actually give it to him this time. 1 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 6. If our defense comes up with a stop here, which we're going to really drain the clock here on this next offensive drive. A lot of Hardy, a lot of takeoff, and we're just going to try to take off as much time as we possibly can. Ty Hardy, I mean, they have no answer for him right now. Does he have over 100 yards? If he does, I might just take him out. No need for him to get hurt in a game like this. We don't need to continue to run him either. So we ended up putting Ty Hardy down at the 3rd string. So if takeoff gets tired, we're going to see Cardoza. I would have liked to keep Hardy in for this drive, really, because this is pretty much the dagger, especially if we're going to run off all this clock. It's just one of those things where we don't want him to get a long-term injury and or fumble. And give them the ball in good field position, and then all of a sudden the tides start to change a little bit. We don't need any momentum changes here in this game, especially when we have PJ take off, and then even Cardoza behind. He has good speed, young guy, so we have some options, which definitely helps make that decision and be comfortable with making that decision. I'm going to throw a little screen pass out to Hag. I thought we were almost about to break that thing. We're going to go weak side here. PJ takeoff is going to fight for 9.5 yards. We're going to be down 2nd and inches. And here is the first time we're going to see Cardoza. Again, we're really just running these guys because we want to take off as much clock as we possibly can. Shorten the game up. But we still want to make sure that they stay awake here and honor the pass. Robert can't bring it in. We're also going to get a holding call, so it's not going to really matter. Okay, or ineligible man downfield. It wasn't even RPO, buddy. Why are we going down the field? Well, that's not an ideal thing. I would be probably more frustrated if Robert would have caught that. But so can we talk about how big that corner is? That's the guy that took the pick 6 earlier. Oh, is this number 9, not 8? That guy's huge out there. It's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. PJ takeoff is going to truck a guy, but then fumble right afterwards. We do fall on it. So that is how we're going to end up heading into the 4th quarter. Up 29-10. This is a really good road win. Like I said at the outset, K-State typically plays us tough. They're typically in the playoff picture just because of their speed. So it's a good feeling to be able to go on the road and take care of business for sure.
As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break.
PJ takeoff again is going to run over the safety. He's going to pick up the 1st down, and we are just slowly definitely milking that clock
If this offense can keep that rolling, if they
and slowly breaking the will of K-State right now.
these plays up as they go along, long drives, clock with the lead, this coach will
PJ Takeoff showing his power. Heck, he's probably going to get close to 100 yards too here if we end up getting another drive. Down here, 2nd and 2. Not really big of a hurry. Did he pick up the first down? He did. We're going to go no huddle, actually.
The offense knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
We were supposed to throw it out, but we wanted to get PJ another touchdown. That's going to probably put the Wildcats away. That is another touchdown for our Pipers. All right, after our defense, I simmed our defensive possession. They ended up letting them go down and score. It was a decently long drive, so not too worried about it being like a quick drive or anything like that. So PJ Takeoff has 69 yards on only 11 carries. So him or Hardy, it doesn't really matter. Cardoza has like a good 5-yard run when he was in there for that one play to give PJ Takeoff a little break. So realistically, what we're doing now and why I simmed it is I just wanted to make sure we got back to offense to see if we could get 2 guys over 100 yards here on the road against Kansas State. And at this point, it's looking like it's going to happen. We have 229 total rushing yards for the team. The only reason that it wouldn't happen is if PJ Takeoff ends up not being able to come back into the game. Which he didn't get hurt, but just fatigue-wise, really. Cardoza seemed a little slow on that carry, but that will happen. 3rd down. After this play, we're going to get to the 2-minute warning. And that's going to pick up the first down. It's going to be the 2-minute warning here on the road. 36-17. Again, we simmed the defensive possession that let them score that last 7 points. But again, like I mentioned before, it's really a mute point at this juncture of the game. We only need 7 more yards for PJ to eclipse that 100-yard mark here today at Kansas State. And if I wouldn't have, I juked right into that. That was going to be probably his 3rd touchdown on top of eclipsing that 100 yards. PJ Takeoff's going to get us down to the 7. Didn't identify the mic, and he's actually going to come out and make the play. I'm going to call timeout. I want this stretch play. We're going to cut it up. Oh, didn't quite get there. We didn't get in the end zone with him, but we should have eclipsed the 100 yards. A 36-17 beat down on the road at Kansas State. That feels good. A pretty stress-free game, which we really haven't had much in the first few weeks here of the season. We are ranked number 6. I think we're a little too high, but the rankings are what they are, and we don't have anything to really to do about them, except for we got to continue to win. Jarvis, 11 for 17, 142, 3 touchdowns. That pick to start the game was just terrible. Ty Hardy also had a passing touchdown to Takeoff. So PJ Takeoff only has 1 rushing touchdown. He did have a fumble, but we recovered it. Ty Hardy, 19 carries for 129. Takeoff, 119 for 105. So both of them ran very well. Receiving-wise, not a whole lot to talk about. Peaks had the 1 touchdown. LeBeau had the 1 touchdown as well. And then Trayon Bell also had a touchdown. So he only had one catch today for 4 yards, but it was a touchdown. So as you see over here, a bunch of guys that only got one catch. Hag had 2, and then Peaks had 3. A lot of them on screens, however. So pretty well-rounded offensively. Not a whole lot of passing, obviously, with 250 rushing yards or whatever we ended up with. Defensively, Landman led the way with 7. Deloach, Sheets, and Holland had 6 apiece. Landman was all over the place today. 4 tackles for losses, 3 for Sheets. Holland had 2. Cano, Deloach, and Sanders all had 1. Sack-wise, we really didn't get to the quarterback a whole lot. 3 total sacks, 1.5 for Holland, 1 for Landman, and Cano and Sheets also shared 1. And that is a win on the road. All right, that is going to be the episode. Update and recruiting, we'll start the episode next week per usual. And then, yeah, we'll just continue trudging through the season and continue to grind our way up to a 5-star program from a D3 starting position. I really appreciate you, the support, and watching the videos. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. If you want to know when the next video from the channel drops, hit that bell. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.